March 14th, 2023. A clear Tuesday morning at JFK International Airport in New York. At 8:17 a.m. local time, Flight 407, a transatlantic passenger flight bound for Lisbon, Portugal, takes off with 182 passengers and 7 crew members on board. For the first 90 minutes, everything is routine. The plane climbs steadily to 36,000 feet, cruising over the open Atlantic. Cabin service begins. Passengers settle in. At 9:49 a.m., air traffic controllers receive the last routine transmission from the cockpit. Then, nothing. At 9:52 a.m., the radar signal from Flight 407 suddenly vanishes. No mayday call. No signs of distress. Just complete silence. The official flight plan shows a standard route, JFK to Lisbon, passing south of Newfoundland, then heading east toward the Azores before reaching Portugal. Weather conditions were ideal. Clear skies, calm winds, and excellent visibility. The pilot, Captain Daniel Ross, had 18 years of flying experience and over 9,000 flight hours. The first officer, Sarah Mitchell, was considered one of the most promising young pilots in the airline's history. There were no reported mechanical issues before takeoff, but subtle anomalies emerged after departure. 2 passengers purchased last-minute one-way tickets in cash. Neither had checked luggage. A scheduled pilot change was canceled that morning without explanation, keeping Captain Ross on duty for this flight. At exactly 9:50 a.m., the plane's transponder showed a sudden drop of 2,000 feet in altitude. 1 minute later, the aircraft made a sharp 17-degree turn south off its original course before disappearing from radar entirely. The disappearance triggered one of the largest maritime search operations in recent history. U.S. Coast Guard, Portuguese Navy, and Canadian Air Force joined forces. Over the next 14 days, search teams scanned more than 1,500 square miles of ocean. Helicopters flew low over the waves, scanning for wreckage. Sonar-equipped vessels mapped the seafloor. Aircraft equipped with infrared sensors looked for heat signatures that could indicate debris or life rafts. The first and only confirmed clues surfaced on the 5th day. A bright yellow life vest, marked with the airline's logo, was found floating 200 miles south of projected crash zone. There was no damage to the vest, and no signs it had ever been inflated. Despite the massive search, no fuselage, no black boxes, and no human remains were recovered. The disappearance of Flight 407 sparked dozens of theories. One possibility: catastrophic mechanical failure. A mid-air breakup caused by a fuel tank explosion could explain the sudden loss of contact. But experts point out that even in such cases, debris is usually widespread and recoverable. Another: deliberate pilot action. Investigators examined Captain Ross's financial records and personal life. They found no history of instability, but the canceled pilot swap raised questions. Could the course change have been intentional? There's also the hijacking theory. Intelligence agencies examined the identities of the 2 last-minute passengers. Their backgrounds revealed no criminal ties, yet their movements remained suspicious. Could the flight have been diverted to a remote landing strip? And then, the strangest theory of all, the navigation hack. Cybersecurity experts suggest it's possible for a sophisticated actor to spoof a plane's GPS and transponder, effectively making it vanish from radar. In this case, satellite tracking data shows a brief, unexplained burst of speed before total disappearance. A reading some say could be an error, and others say could be the signature of a system override. The most unsettling question: why was there no signal from the black boxes? Both the cockpit voice recorder and flight data recorder are designed to emit pings detectable for thousands of miles. In Flight 407's case, not a single ping was recorded, and the life vest, found far from the flight path, remains a puzzle. Ocean current experts concluded it could not have drifted to that location naturally in such a short time frame. This suggests it may have entered the water long before the official disappearance time. To this day, Flight 407's fate remains unknown. For the families of the 182 passengers, the lack of closure is unbearable. Every anniversary of the disappearance brings fresh pain and renewed call for answers. Was Flight 407 the victim of a tragic mechanical failure? A calculated hijacking? Or something so unusual that even the experts can't explain it? What do you think happened? Leave your theory in the comments. This mystery may never be solved.